Welcome back to the D&D Talk Wrestling Weekly Rewind,
where we go through what's happened in and outside of the ring for the past week in professional wrestling.
Before we do that, though, we always got to give our shout-out to Colleen for making us hats, even though somebody forgot his today.
Although I did forget mine today, I gotta admit, though, she made something that made you look better.
Oh, my God. Everything's going to make me look better sitting here next to you.
I don't know about that.
So to start with Dynamite from last week, since we're going right into it already. It started out with a promo between MJF and Adam Page. I don't know. I guess they had some kind of thing where if they touched each other, they couldn't have a match. Nothing really stuck out to me besides MJF saying something about Daniels, and Page flipped out. I think he's starting to regret him retiring Daniels, because he said if he could, he'd give his own spine to Daniels after everything that happened. And then MJF spit in his face, and that's when everything broke down and whatever else. So that was an alright open. But the first match was the patriarchy of Christian Cage, Kip Sabian, Nick Wayne against the Ops. I really like the name The Ops, and their entrance was really cool. Samoa Joe, Hook, I almost said Taz. Samoa Joe,
Close.
Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. They should just be called the Tap Outs because they all have submission moves. The Ops won with Hook put the red rum onto Nick Wayne. I think it was a quick match. It was only a couple minutes, but it was really good. They're looking really impressive as a tag team. Next was a Big E match. Big Bill versus Powerhouse Hobbs in a street fight. And I'm loving when they do these big matches. The crowd just hits meat back and forth instead of the yeah boo. They just do meat. It's a shout out to Big E.
It is.
What I didn't know is I'm guessing. Maybe it's their rules. So Hobbs won by sending Big Bill through a barbed wire table, and he couldn't get up for the 10 count. So I'm guessing in a street fight in AEW, it's like a last man standing. You have to get up by 10. It was never said, which kind of threw me off.
I mean, in theory, that would make sense, right?
Yeah.
It's a street fight. If you can't get up and continue, you lose. I don't hate it. I like it.
Next, we had Chris Statlander versus Megan Bayne. I'm starting to realize why I don't like these Megan Bayne matches. They're just redoing the Jade Cargill. She had a bunch of squash matches, and Jade Cargill's first real opponent was Chris Statlander. Megan Bayne's first real opponent was Chris Statlander. So they're just repeating the Jade Cargill, because Bayne just hit her with a sit out F5, and she won the match. So don't repeat it. It's
too soon.
It's way too soon.
Too soon, yeah.
The main event of the night. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong, with the winner facing Takeshita tonight for the international title. Orange Cassidy won with the stun dog millionaire and the orange punch combination to win. And then afterwards, they all came out, and Kenny came out because Kenny wants Takeshita, and a whole fight broke down, and how we always end wrestling with a fight.
Yeah, that's...
But I mean, that's the thing. That's what happens, so. How about SmackDown?
What happened on SmackDown?
Nothing really happened in TNA. I just put things in the news from TNA.
All right, so we're going to start SmackDown off with Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso.
I like the way Jimmy Uso dresses, and that's really weird.
Well, the tank top,
like the tank top, and the matching, almost wrestler type outfit.
No, yeah, I agree. Big Jim, right? Big Jim. Jimmy gets the win via most devastating move in sports right now. He beats Drew with the roll up. After the match, obviously, irate Drew ends up beating down Jimmy, but
of course,
yeah. Surprised that Jimmy got the
win.
Got the win on that, but I mean, I read somewhere online. I forget where it was, so I can't give credit to who said it, but someone's comparing the Usos right now to the Hardys when they were in WWE and they broke up.
I can see that.
So Jeff got the title matches. He was the champion at one point. He was the really popular one, and then it took a minute, but Matt Hardy started to get popular. Now Jimmy's doing the same. It's taking him a minute, but he's getting a push.
That makes sense.
That's actually a really good comparison. But anyways, let's go into the next match. We had Miz and Carmelo Hayes versus R-Truth and LA Knight. It was a pretty good match. The Miz and Carmelo get the win after Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on Truth, but the best part of the match was the spot.
Truth tagged in Miz.
Not only did Truth tag in Miz, but also when Truth started counting.
When Melo was down and then Melo kicked out.
There was nobody covering him at all.
I love Truth.
Truth is so good. So good. Next, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae. Stratton gets the win after hitting the prettiest moonsault. That was a pretty good match. I mean, LeRae's like
she's got a lot of talent.
She's so underrated.
Yeah, she really is.
I'm glad she's getting a lot more TV time now, though. 100%. Then there was that Alexa Bliss video package, which
I missed it the first time. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, I missed it the first time too, but then I saw it after the fact. I liked it though.
I wonder if it happened during like the Netflix commercial. I wonder if they aired it then.
Well, no, that was SmackDown's not on Netflix.
Oh yeah, what the hell am I talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
But it could be like one of those WWE exclusive things that happen like only on online or YouTube or whatever.
It was really good.
But it was good. It was like this darker side of Alexa. I think that we all like seeing basically. Next up, we got Naomi versus Liv. What happened? Liv Morgan and Raquel attacked Naomi and Bianca before the match, and it ends in a no contest.
Oh yeah, because that was a canceled match.
Yeah, so it's because of it was canceled because they needed time for the Rock's promo.
Which he really didn't, but
I mean, he could have got that like.
We'll get there.
Yeah, he could have talked about that in like 3 seconds, but whatever. Oh, actually, that was next.
It was next.
So we'll get there. We're there. We made it. So what do you think about this promo? I mean, everybody was talking about it.
I said to you, he started out as TKO Dwayne, and then went to The Rock, and then back to TKO Dwayne, and then back because he was like, "Oh, we're coming back here next year for WrestleMania with all you AIDS having, STD having people," and then he started singing. When the Saints and no, don't you sing with The Rock. The Rock is going to sing by himself. But then he was like, "Oh, you guys did good singing with me."
Yeah, and he's saying something nice to Cody, and then he says he's going to slap the syphilis.
Somebody said something. He's like, "I'm going to slap." Yeah, he needs to pick a side.
He had more heel and face turns than the Big Show.
In his whole career.
That says a lot. That's a lot. The whole "I want your soul" thing.
I don't get it.
Maybe it's over my head. Maybe I don't understand.
The only thing, so when he came out on Raw. The third word in his entrance is adrenaline in my... Fourth word is adrenaline in my soul. And I don't know why I'm putting these together, but that...
So The Rock feels tired and he needs adrenaline.
What was Rock's dad's nickname? Soul Man Rocky Johnson?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's trying to pull random things together. And bring... Unless it was just me going, hey, that was Soul. Hey, his name was Soul Man.
That's just us overthinking everything we see.
That's all we ever do.
Like, it can literally be the most simplest thing, but like...
Cody's going to be in the ring of chamber. He's going to go, here you go, Rock.
That's, you know what I mean? It's like almost like a Illuminati type thing. Like,
really
is that where they're going? Like, I don't want your title, I want
dumb.
your soul. Like, is he trying to turn Cody bad? Like...
He did say in that press conference after SmackDown, it's not going to... Cody versus Rock doesn't have to end in a match.
Yeah, which is like, so what?
Dumb.
So what's it going to end in?
Because he said last year after Mania, I'm coming back for you and I'm coming back for that title. Now he's like, no, I'm good. I don't need any of that.
The Rock is very confused. You know what's happening?
He's getting older.
He wants his soul because there's adrenaline in his soul. Rock's feeling tired. It's all a publicity stunt to promote his energy drink. That's it.
I had another one, but it's a little morbid. So yeah, we're going to go with yours.
Yeah, let's keep this PG, shall we?
For now.
TV 14 at least.
For now.
Okay, until you do another promo. And then
no more promos. You're going to love this week's promos. I'll tell you that.
All right. So, after the confusing banter between me and you, which was after the confusing Rock promo.
I mean, we fit right in. We fit right in.
It fits 100%. So, we had the WWE Tag Team Championship match, DIY versus Pretty Deadly. What?
No? Wasn't it before that?
What?
Wasn't it The Rock's promo and then it was the main event? Okay.
We're going through
I don't know. You might be right. I swore it was The Rock's promo and then whatever.
Listen, most things in life, I might be right. It is I am right.
Should I ask Amy that?
Welcome to the Better Dave and Normal Dave Talk Wrestling Podcast. That's what it should be called.
All right. So how did your boys Pretty Deadly do?
Basically the Street Profits interfered and just beat up everybody.
Oh yeah, and then
they took out Pretty Deadly, so which led to a DQ and DIY won.
Didn't the Guns come out too?
Then they took out DIY. Then they took out the Guns.
I like the heel.
I do too.
Street Profits.
But like,
I won't lie, I'll miss the Solo Cups.
They just literally squashed the entire tag division.
They really did.
But if it's like pushing them to be the champions in the new heel run, like I'm all for it. It matches the story. But like, you would think that DIY, who really like put them on the shelf, like they want them to keep the titles. Right. You would think they would want them to lose the titles.
That's really weird. Well, because I think they want them to lose them to them. But it's weird that they're going heel.
Well, why not? Well, what about our Yes Boys? They should have won.
Nobody cares about your Yes Boys.
Pretty deadly.
It's kind of weird that Street Profits are going heel. Bianca's going to be heel pretty soon. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm thinking about that right now.
It's about time. They've all been faced for how long?
She does way too many heel. I've been saying since her NXT days, whipping someone with your hair is a heel tactic. I'm
just saying, when a wrestler is one thing for their entire career, it gets very boring.
No, it doesn't. Cena was a face his entire career.
Well, that just makes my boring part.
Okay.
Match.
All right.
Anyways, let's look at the main event for the night, shall we?
That was a good main event.
Priest and Strowman versus Solo and Jacob. Priest hit the South of Heaven on Solo for the win. Two things came out of this match for me.
We're going to call these Big E matches when it's just big men slapping man meat, like you had said in this promo.
There goes the TV 14 rating right there.
That's fine. That's fine.
What kind of audience are we trying to attract here?
Anybody that's going to watch us at this point.
Well, for you saying you'll go any which way, just makes sense till your last comment, I guess, huh?
Yeah, sure.
So, the two things that I got from this match is Priest is getting a massive push. Like, he's protected, like, insanely. He's getting pinfalls on people that you wouldn't expect him to. If he's in a tag match, he's not eating no pins at all. Like, he's being built up or something, yeah. And the second, obviously, it's just adding to the tension between Solo and Jacob, which I think we both said that we both see those two are fighting at WrestleMania.
There's no Samoan in the chamber match, is there? No. Yeah, no. They're having a match immediately.
Until I tell you what my prediction is. And
well, that's for the podcast tomorrow. Tomorrow.
What's wrong with a sneak peek?
There's nothing wrong with a sneak
peek. The podcast tomorrow. We're going to be wearing the same clothes.
I know this.
We're going to start more rumors. Everyone's going to be like, was he sleeping over his house? What's happening?
That's what you said before. You get here so early anymore. You said that.
Why not?
I have no problem with it.
I get here early. I'm ready to go, and you're just falling asleep on your couch.
I was not falling asleep on the couch. I was trying to write down stuff for the podcast.
I saw when I was peeking in your window.
Why are you peeking in my window?
Don't worry about that last part. We're not going to question why I was peeking in his window. Anyways.
What if I sat on my couch naked?
Huh? I wouldn't see much.
What? Is that the end of SmackDown?
That's the end of SmackDown. How about we go into...
How about we go to Collision then?
How about we go to Collision?
So Collision started off with the Beast Mortos versus Hologram.
Really?
What did it end in?
Roll up.
Oh my god, a pinning combination. Ooh, we really do need like a board here. Just for all of them.
Roll up board?
Shout out Simon Miller. I almost forgot his name.
Since it's in your house, we'll call it the fruit roll up.
Yeah, only when you... It's funny, you're going to be the one using it, so... The next match was... I'm glad you popped yourself.
I know, I did.
The next match was the Butcher versus Gabe Kidd. This is my first time ever seeing a Gabe Kidd match. He's in the new Bullet Club War Dogs.
I'm not familiar with Gabe Kidd.
This is the second time I've heard of him because the first time Kenny's first match back, he faced him, but it was really impressive.
Oh, that's who Kenny faces. Oh, okay. I didn't know who it was. So.
I heard about the War Dogs because that's like the little like subset in Bullet Club now, like how they had the Girls of Destiny, the Young Bucks.
Yeah, even though Elite were.
Yeah. Gabe Kidd won with a pile driver. It's a very impressive match because the Butcher's a big dude. Next we had Queen Aminata versus Julia Hart. Julia Hart won a flying octopus submission hold, which sounds really weird.
It does. I'm glad that you said that without messing it up because I think I probably would have.
I am too. Here's our first squash match for Collision. The Murder Machines, Brian Cage and Lance Archer won with a squash match. Their opponents didn't even get an intro because Lance Archer loves to, when he has a jobber, loves to throw his opponents into the ring as he's walking out. Like he'll walk with them on his shoulders and like throw them into the ring. So I don't even know who they faced.
Yeah, Lance Archer. He's like a Damian Priest.
He is. Like a Punishment Martinez Damian Priest.
But like just, I don't want to say the Wish version, but...
The Timu? So the Death Riders of Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta faced the TNT champ Daniel Garcia, Cool Hand Angelo Parker, and Daddy Magic Matt Menard for the AEW Trios titles. Pac tapped out Parker with the brutalizer. I'm so glad he's still using that move. That's a really good. I like when he does the flip into it. The 450 is it? I think that's what he does. The 450 splash. Back when he had his big ears in NXT.
Yeah.
He kind of grew into them now finally.
Adrian Neville.
Yeah, was his first name Adrian, right?
Yeah. And then they dropped Adrian and just called him
Neville because higher powers. Next we had Max Caster had an open challenge. Brody King answered the open challenge and won with the cannonball. So there's our second squash match of the night. At least he's getting some kind of TV time because Billy Gunn and I can't think of the other guy needed claimed. I don't even know where either one of them are at. The main event for Collision was Jericho versus Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Title. Jericho retained the title after reversing the 21 Plex into a pin. 21 Plex, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Jericho would be holding the ropes and he would come over, flip over the ropes, and then grab him for the suplex into the ring. It sounds really confusing, but it looks really cool when you actually see it. Kind of like, there's a tag team that does a finish like that. I don't remember what the tag team name is. But, yeah, that was Collision.
Hope you start thinking of tag team names.
Oh, yeah.
Another sneak peek into tomorrow's episode.
So, shockingly, nothing happened on Sunday. So, what happened on Monday night? Raw.
Well, people were there.
There goes the 14 right out the window.
All right, here we go. Monday Night Raw. We're going to start off with Logan Paul promo.
Oh, okay. Oh, I remember this. All right,
yeah, comes out. Talking a little bit.
Booed in his hometown.
Yeah, booed in his hometown. Well,
except for the guy that had to sign it. I don't even think he noticed that guy.
Cincinnati. So, he's from Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But still his home state,
his home
would
state.
think, Anyways, he's just, talking about the chamber and all this stuff. And I do got to give Logan credit, though. His promo skills, I think, from, when he started to now, so much better.
Yeah.
The delivery, the mannerisms, all that stuff,
And he's not doing the 90s, early 2000s of stopping in between so people can do the what. Because I hate the what chants anymore.
I'm not a fan of the what.
They were cool back then, but I guarantee you if you went into a crowd and asked, they would be like, they're just doing it. So
Yeah, no, his promos I think are a lot more better. A lot more interesting too.
Yeah.
He's really tapping into that cockiness. Anyways, speaking of cockiness, Punk interrupts and starts talking trash back.
Shout out to Punk's shirt. The Chicago Teachers Union.
Oh, yeah. That was, I noticed that. Basically more just trash talking about the chamber, and then Paul ends up slapping Punk
shit out of him
in the face. So, yeah.
Busted him open.
Oh, yeah, he did, because I saw him.
He was
it was a little bit
of blood, on his tongue, or his probably bit his lip.
Might have been ketchup.
Could have been ketchup.
Could have been pizza sauce. Punk likes that pizza, right?
Punk likes desserts.
But the one event, he gave free pizza to everybody. Was it an NXT event? Yeah, it was after Trick Williams won. Yeah.
Because he's usually good at the ice cream bars because that's the thing he wants is the ice cream
bars. You're right. He likes desserts like muffins and stuff like that, but still donuts. Could have been a jelly donut. There you go.
Could have been a jelly donut.
All right. We're going to go into, my opinion, probably the best match of the night. Kaiser versus Penta versus Pete Dunne.
That was a good match.
That match was absolutely
was a really
fantastic.
Good match.
The best part of that match is when Penta jumped off of Kaiser and then hit Dunne with the Mexican Destroyer. It was flawless.
Penta's entrance every week is getting so much cooler.
It is.
At first it was just the fire, then it was the fire and the little light around him. Now it's the sparklers, not sparklers, but the pyro circling behind him.
Yeah, but the pyro, the thing that's set up on the pyro that circles kind of looks like the throwing stars on his mask. Yeah, so it's all match is good, yeah. I am happy with the way this match went, though. Kaiser ended up getting the win.
That was... You know what I wanted to see during this match, and I was waiting for it a couple times? Because I almost called him Butch. Pete Dunne and Penta both do, the finger-snapping
He's
thing.
nobody's Butch.
They should have both did the finger-snapping thing to Kaiser at the same time.
That would have been a good stuff.
Because I think Dunne was going to do it, and I'm like, where's Penta? This would be the perfect time for, both of them to just grab his hands.
But I'm happy that Kaiser ended up winning, because...
I think he needs it.
He needs it also, but you don't want to just have Penta just win everything.
And technically, Penta didn't lose.
I mean, he did lose because it was a triple threat, but he didn't get the pin.
He didn't get the pin. So technically, I remember reading years ago, if you don't get pinned or the pin, like it doesn't go on your record. I know WWE doesn't like hold them, but like
no, true. But I'm just saying that like we don't need
Right.
someone to come in and just win everything.
every week.
Then like feuds aren't going to mean anything. So like now Penta's probably mad that
Right.
he took out Dunn with the Mexican Destroyer, and then Kaiser got the win on that move.
You don't want to oversaturate his wins or him being on TV every week too, because then that's what makes people get sick of him quicker.
And that was the perfect way for Kaiser to get the win, was just by being sneaky.
Right.
So that was my favorite match of the night. Next we went into New Day versus LWO, which was close to being another one of my favorites.
New Day entrance. I love that New Day entrance.
New Day entrance is amazing. LWO, Wild, and Del Toro, they're fantastic. Some of those spots that they had in that match was absolutely insane.
I love when there's the three of them, and I think it's Del Toro will like hop on the rope, and they'll push him out even more to go flying like halfway up the ramp.
Yeah, no, Kingston ended up getting the cover to pick up the win for New Day. After the match, New Day beat down LWO. Dragon Lee comes in for the save.
He got beat up too, right?
But they took him out too. Hit him with a double powerbomb, so...
really good, actually, their double power, because they had them like the opposite way, and then they like flipped them up. Like you could tell they're still practicing it because they slipped a little bit, but it still looked really good.
No, and I like the push for New Day. Like we were just talking about before with heels and faces. They've been faces for so long. This heel thing is so fresh.
Yeah.
It's like it's a new team.
Right, it really is.
You know what I'm saying? Next, we want to talk about squash matches. We have Gunther versus Akira Tozawa. That was just...
I couldn't believe that. I had a feeling when he started talking, I was like, here comes Tozawa.
Yeah. He takes out Tozawa. He wins with the sleeper hold after the match. He ends up beating up Otis.
But I will say, if it's like him and Otis next week, that's going to be a match.
That would be a match.
Yeah, obviously, he's still going to win. Maybe he'll win by like a DQ or something, but I love when he would hit Otis and Otis would just shake his leg, and he would hit Otis again and shake his leg and rip his shirt off, and I'm like, yeah, here we go.
I'm going to do that, man, anytime. I stub my toe, I'm just going to rip my shirt off. Gunther took out everybody, and then that just led to Jay coming out and, clearing the ring because Gunther didn't want no part of him.
Yeah, Gunther's losing. I mean,
just a good way to get Jay on TV without really having a match. Did he have a match? No,
he didn't have a match.
We had the women's IC title match, Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria.
That was a good match. Yeah,
that was a very good match. Valkyria gets the win and retained her title. She hit the Nightwing on Dakota Kai. And then after the match, Ivy Nile comes in and ends up attacking Lyra. So those two that's going to be a really good match.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think they ever had one at NXT that I can remember of.
No, those two, they're dogs. They don't even need to cut promos or nothing. Just put them in the ring and just let them go.
Yeah.
That's like an Iron Man match. You'd want to say.
It could be.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Brett and Shawn.
Yeah.
Just less.
The same amount of hair.
Except for one of those teams that appeared in an adult magazine, and it's not from the women. Look at that. All right.
Moving on.
We'll go into the Sammy and Jackie Redmond interview. What do you think about that? Just more hype to build up for the whole thing.
I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I just wanted Sammy to be like, yeah, he went out, did the promo, came back in, had to finish dinner with us,
So we go right into Braun Breaker versus Dominic. Ending in the match, Carlito and Finn ended up attacking Breaker, causing a DQ, so Braun Breaker got the win. Not that he needed a DQ to beat Dom, but...
Right.
I don't know, man. I think they're setting up for possibly Finn versus Breaker. That's my thoughts.
That could be a good one. The dog versus the demon.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be real good.
That would be really good. You had Cody come out, the interview about Rock's comments, and then Seth comes out and just basically...
In his red leather raincoat.
No, listen, man. Listen. Seth can wear whatever he wants.
I know he could.
When you're the GOAT, the visionary.
Oh my God, here we go.
The revolutionary. Hold on, what else is he? Oh yeah, the architect.
Oh, the guy that broke the shield up. Yeah.
You keep saying that, and then that led into the Bloodline.
I know.
So how do you hate him for that?
The Bloodline is probably the greatest faction storyline ever.
Yeah, above NWO.
I would say so.
And I know that you love the NWO. Oh, man. I did that as a cheap shot, and you agreed with me.
No, I agree with you.
Now you threw me off my game. I don't know where I'm going now. But yeah, basically Seth just said, you don't need that stuff. I want the real Cody. Well, Seth was basically saying he was going to win the chamber.
Right.
But I want the real Cody, the Cody that beat his ass with one arm I mean, he put Cody over, I guess.
He did, actually, yeah.
But it's playing into Seth's hatred of the bloodline and all that stuff too.
He hates any bloodline member,
which I think is really going to tie into the Chamber. So make sure you watch our Chamber prediction video. And you can watch me be wrong because
I didn't want to say it. You said it. I didn't want to say it.
I was waiting for you to say it.
No,
So
I wasn't going to say it. I was letting it go. I was letting it go.
Listen, these prediction videos. Is it fair to say that kind of my idea to be like, hey, we should do prediction videos?
Yeah.
So I was trash.
I mean, you were trash before the prediction video, but look at your coat. What happened next on Raw?
Talk shit about my coat.
What happened next on Raw?
All right. Well, now that I've been so rudely interrupted by the less better Dave.
Where's he at?
He's on. Backstage, that little thing. I just want to throw it out there because it's showing the tension between, not the tension, but the possible breakup between Theory and Waller.
That was a little weird. That was weird that
them talking.
But Jay didn't say anything until after.
Yeah, but still, with Jay about to do the yeet thing and Theory doing it.
Theory's and then he got caught. Yeah.
And then we have, to finish as your main event, the WWE Women's Tag Team title match, Bianca and Naomi versus Liv and Raquel. Raquel slammed Naomi into the ring post and Liv hit the cover. And
1, 2, 3, baby.
Your new Women's Tag Team champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. What do you think?
Did you see? I love it. I don't know if it's Raquel too, but Liv now has the most tag title reigns, whatever you want to call it.
Reigns? Romans.
You know how afterwards Hunter always takes a picture with the new champ?
Yeah.
He took 2 this time. Because there's one with them and then there's one with Dom. And he's looking at Dom like, what are you doing in this picture?
Well, he should have taken 3.
Why?
Should have had one with Dom in it and then one with Nick in it.
Oh my god. Alright, Truth.
Dom and Nick Mysterio?
Dom and Nick Mysterio.
Oh.
I haven't seen Nick in a little bit.
No, he's recovering from injury with
JD.
No,
Little Jimmy.
Ezekiel.
Little Jimmy.
Ezekiel.
So
that
rounds up Raw. So now we're going to NXT from last night.
Raw Roundup?
Raw Underground.
Oh.
That was pretty good.
It was alright. It's going to be in the game, too. The Underground match.
I saw that. Yeah. Here we go again. Off track. Here we go.
We don't even have a track.
No, we don't.
We just veer all the time.
We set a goal. We get there. We just take a bunch of side routes.
We veer so much. Our last name should be Mahan.
So last night at NXT, Stephanie Vicure faced Carmen Petrovic for the NXT Women's North American title. Vicure retained the title with her SVB, a package neck breaker on the knee, which looks really devastating. But after the match, Julia comes out. They're talking, challenging, whatever, saying they're friends. Julia challenged her to a match at Roadblock in 2 weeks. Vicure accepts, but she said it should be title versus title. Later on that night, Ava says it will be the women's North American title on the line and the women's NXT title on the line. So the winner take all. Shockingly, it's just a normal NXT. It's not a pay-per-view. So that's going to be a really good. They have a lot of matches lined up for that night. It's going to be really good. Next, we had Lexis King versus Moose for the TNA X Division title.
What was that?
You ever seen him do that? You've never seen a Moose match?
I thought you were just trying to pretend you were a train conductor.
Oh my god.
Speaking of trains, hey Ryan, shout out.
Shout out, Ryan.
Yeah, shout out.
We're supposed to do it at the end because he watches till the shout out.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna miss the rest of the video.
That's fine.
Well, we're just gonna talk shit on him at the end. So.
No, we won't because I brought his Girl Scout cookies in.
I'm the one that got the Girl Scout cookies.
You're the one that forgot the Girl Scout cookies.
First of all, if it wasn't for no, it's not me. My daughter technically got the Girl Scout cookies, right?
Yes. Regardless, Moose won and retained the NXT title with the spear. Afterwards, Alba Femi came out, pretty much said the same thing that Vicure and Petrovic did. That it should be the Roadblock. It's going to be Alba Femi versus Moose. It should be title versus title. But later on, it's announced it's only for the NXT title. The TNA X Division title is not on the line. Regardless, it's still going to be a really good match. Shockingly, again, on just a Tuesday, not a pay-per-view, which is really I believe it's in Madison Square Garden as well, so it's going to be really good.
Oh, that's that Madison Square Garden event we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
next we had the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt Hardy.
Oh my god! At
Boy,
least
oh
pretend that you're like excited.
It was cool to see them back. It was cool that WWE made them a new shirt. That was kind of cool.
Let go of the Jeff Hardy comments.
I'm not letting it go.
Let it go.
No, I ain't letting go of that. They were facing the no quarter catch crew of Miles Bourne, who we talked about beforehand is deaf and probably the first deaf wrestler that we could both think of.
Honestly, before you go though, how insanely impressive is it for someone to be
He's partially deaf
but
because
still,
I was reading
like,
up on it. But
like
yeah,
wrestling,
no,
like
100%.
you call your spots in the ring. It's all about communication and stuff.
And yeah,
and for him to have the I'll say the balls to go out there and actually cut promos and stuff, because you could tell like he has a speech impediment, obviously from being deaf, but like to have just the guts to be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go talk. I'm gonna say, like that's.
He does say he had an interview somewhere, and he does say that like everybody in NXT is awesome with them. They're learning with them. They're doing stuff so that they can figure if they need to change stuff in the ring. They're doing other things besides just talking, so that he can figure out what's going on. He's learning better, and he's learning more and more every week to like read lips. But like it's amazing.
It is amazing. Like in like I said, in a sport where like communication is key, and talking is another key point that he's able to do both and have all the support too. That's absolutely amazing to me. So
it was him and Tavion Heights, who I'm getting really impressed with too. Ever since he came back from Japan, he's gotten really good. But of course, the Hardys won with the Twist of Fate Swanton Bomb combo. After the match again, Fraction was watching. I don't know when they came out. They weren't there, and then they were all of a sudden. Fraction came out. They came into the ring, saying, you know, we're the greatest now, and we're in here with the greatest of all time. And our boy came out, Santino. John Cena, you son of a gun. Santino came out,
Dave Bautista,
and announced that roadblock that it's gonna be the Hardys versus Fraction for the TNA tag titles. So once again, they're building up this roadblock pay-per-view for or not even pay-per-view, it's a roadblock show to be amazing. Later on, not later on, they had a little skit. It wasn't backstage. It was like, I don't know if they were traveling, whatever. But it was our boy, you son of a gun, Santino, with his daughter, talking to Lola Vice came in. Lola's like wanting a match and stuff. Looks at, I can't think of Santino's daughter's name. Oh, Ariana Grace. And says something about, you can't wrestle. It probably runs in your family or something. And you see Santino's hand go up like like the Cobra was coming out. And she's like, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. I love Santino.
Me too.
So that leads into the Ariana Grace Lola Vice match. Lola Vice wins with a spinning back fist. So there's our squash match for the night. We need a squash match counted too, I believe.
Yeah, we do.
So the main event was All Ego Ethan Page and Wesley versus He's Bouncy Javon Evans and Ricky Saints. I had to look because I was going to say Starks. Ricky Saints.
I already called you on it.
I love it. They were doing, I want to say they said Tony effed up or Tony messed up during the chants during his whole match. And it was really good. His music is pretty much, is AEW music? I mean, obviously it can't be one for one, but it's pretty much there. It sounds the same. He's still doing all his mannerisms. He's doing the, he won with the Rochambeau on Wesley to win the match. Impressive. It was a really good first match. He's gonna have a great run. They even talked about, Corey Graves even said during the match, he's really good friends with Cody, and Corey texted Cody and was like, what are we going to see with Ricky Saints? And he was like, Ricky Saints is my last true friend in wrestling. You're going to be really impressed with him and stuff. I thought it would have been cool if after the match, Cody came out to like congratulate him. Yeah, it was a tag match, but it still would have been a cool thing to happen.
Yeah.
But that was TNA for the night. So I guess we can head into the news of the week. We can go outside the ropes.
Outside the ropes.
Do a little swan dive outside the ropes.
A little suicide dive.
A little suicide dive. A little
Nothing
I
else.
can't. Shooting star press. I couldn't think of the word.
Well, that's inside the ring.
No, yeah, but they jump on the rope and do the shooting star press. That's what I use. That's another move I use
Billy Kidman.
for 2K when it comes out in a month.
Yeah, well, we're doing cheap pops on 2K.
We are doing cheap pops for 2K.
We're definitely doing a 2K review video.
Oh yeah,
that's
we are.
For sure.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, 100%.
So what do you have to start the news off with?
I don't know. I lost my page.
All right, well, I'll start off.
You want to start off? Go ahead.
So it was announced on, I believe it was on Collision, that Speedball Mike Bailey is coming to AEW, who was in TNA. His contract ran out, but I haven't seen a lot of matches. I've only seen a couple, but he's actually really good. He'll be in there with, I could see him going against Ricochet, Ospreay. Hey, found him. types like that. But yeah, there's my first bit of news. So what do you have?
So there was rumors that Vince was going to try to start a wrestling company.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah, and he's trying to get Fox.
Yeah, no, but a representative for Fox came out and denied rumors. Nobody in the company is working with him at all.
Good.
And it doesn't have anything to do with what happened. There's just no plans on anything about a new wrestling show, new wrestling anything. So seems like those rumors are not.
He was like trying to get a bunch of like old like backstage people and stuff. Get out, no.
Yeah, so it turns out those rumors going to Fox anyways are not true.
Good, thank God.
Yeah, right.
So and this isn't really news, but it's something we both forgot. When I sent you the tweet, I was like, we gotta shout it out. Buddy Murphy used to be engaged to Alexa Bliss and is now married to Rhea Ripley. So this is a shout out to you, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Not that you need us to shout you out.
Yeah, not that you need us to shout us out, but yeah.
So I got PW Insider is reporting that A&E already renewed the WWE LFG program after just 2 weeks on air.
I watched this week's too. That show's really good.
Yeah, they already renewed it. They're going to be going for a while now.
Did you see the sneak peek for next week's episode? Like Michelle McCool is there.
Oh, is she?
So Undertaker brought her because they're married. We talked about that last week, and he thought she was going to like help coach his people. Mickey James called her and was like, "Hey, do you want to come help?" She was like, "Yeah, I'll come help coach you." And Undertaker didn't know nothing about it. He sees her in the ring with Mickey, and he's like, "So this is what you're doing? You're helping Mickey now?" And she was like, "Yeah." He just goes, "Okay," and walks away, and he goes, "This isn't going to be good." Scott Steiner's son, I don't think we talked about this. He signed an NIL contract.
Did he?
With NXT WWE. So I don't know what his name is though. I didn't write it down. But him and Breaker in a team.
Oh, that's a new Steiner brothers.
That's
right
a new
there.
Steiner brothers right there. Yeah.
Well, Steiner cousins, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
Still.
Steiner, well, not adjacent because they are still related.
Steiner adjacent. What kind of name is that?
What kind of name is Steiner cousins?
I don't know. It's better than adjacent.
He's gonna come out with. You think he's gonna come out with the last name of Breaker? It'll just be the Breaker brothers.
Why does that actually have a good?
Why does that? Yeah. Why does that sound kind of?
No, because it reminds me of the Basham brothers, and they both just two bald dudes running around. Not the Bushwhacker. What are you talking about? So I got the Hardy Boys are expected to remain intertwined with WWE, and they're expected to actually have a program this spring on the main roster.
I saw that.
Not on NXT.
Which makes sense with them giving them a new WWE branded shirt.
Yeah, and I mean they're like Joe Hendry was in the Royal Rumble.
Does this
So like he's a big enough star to do that. The Hardys obviously are big enough stars to.
Do you think this leads to a Hall of Fame entry this year?
It might.
Maybe next year.
Possibly.
So I saw Luke Gallows is opening a chiropractic wellness center with his wife in Georgia.
Really?
So I guess he might be. Maybe he's done wrestling now that he got released. Because Carl Anderson did also trademark. I forget another like gun related type name.
Machine Gun?
No. It was something I didn't write it down. I saw it really quick, but maybe Gallows is done with wrestling and he's just gonna do that now.
I mean, or he could just do something small for like a
for a little bit. And
if he's in Georgia, that's not that far away from Florida.
No, you can always hop over there and say what's up to AEW or NXT or
yeah, you know how being close with the Bucks and Kenny, he always has to in there if he needs it. How about WWE back in their trademarking business? Trademarked the name Calix. Calix, is that
Calix? I think that's how you say it, because it's like Kalyx or something.
And at first they were wondering who it was for, but apparently it's been released that it is for
Jessica Carr.
Jessica Carr,
the
WWE referee.
Trained by Bully Ray.
Yeah. There was also said that she was a part of a recent Evolve taping.
She was doing stuff on. She was wearing a mask.
Yeah, she was under a mask.
Yeah.
Like she didn't have an entrance or nothing. Like it was like one of them spots where like the match.
That makes me want to watch Evolve. I didn't have no interest, but seeing her and hearing, like, listening to Bully Ray for years now talk about her, because she's one of the first people he trained. I kind of want to see how she does.
Well, I mean, from the reports that came out that she is doing fantastic. Like, she's been working, like, obviously as the referee, but she's been training the whole time.
For
trying
years.
It would suck seeing her not be a ref anymore, though.
I mean, she could probably go back and forth with both, maybe.
Well, she wears a mask while wrestling.
Yeah.
Just like Sammy and El Generico.
I heard he's doing really good down in Mexico with his family.
El Generico?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a nice guy.
So speaking of...
kind of plain, but...
Yeah, kind of. Oh, get it?
Generico.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of trademarks, TKO has reportedly purchased the rights to Lucha Underground, with talks of a potential revival under the umbrella.
I like that idea.
And if that brings their, like... I can't think of the word that I want is... Like, all their old shows where you can watch on, like...
Catalog?
Yeah, if that brings their catalog to, like, Peacock or Netflix, I'll watch that.
Oh, 100%.
100%. That was the only cool, like... It actually had, like, seasons, because it ended. And then they would actually come back, like, every year.
What else do I got here? Carmella's contract has reportedly expired.
She talked about it. I didn't watch the little quick thing she put online, but...
Well, we did mention before about she had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Like something with nerve damage in her foot, issues during pregnancy and stuff. So maybe she just needs to take some time.
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's a stupid one that I threw in there, and it's not notes, but it was regarding Vince McMahon, a Vince decision that got turned down.
Oh God.
So it's being reported that when Ronda Rousey returned to the 2022 Royal Rumble, Vince, the initial plan was to have her come in and eliminate all 29 other women.
I remember reading that, and I saw Ronda Rousey, and I went right past it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He wanted her to eliminate all their 29 women.
That's his female Lesnar.
How'd that work out?
That worked out phenomenal, didn't it?
That would have been... you would have buried the entire women's division in that one match.
Joke. She's a joke.
I am so glad whoever it was backstage, whoever it was that talked him out of that one, whether it be Hunter, Michael Hayes...
I guarantee it had to be like 6 people.
Somebody was like, yo, that's a terrible idea. So shout out to whoever you are. We don't know, but...
So Penta was recently on the Celtic Warrior workout, and he let it out that he had his bicep has been torn in his left arm now for 3 years. So I'm guessing, like, it's gonna sound bad coming from like us, but obviously it can't be something crazy if it's been 3 years now.
Well, I mean,
obviously it can't be Cody.
When it comes to a torn bicep like that, sometimes people just never like. That was what happened with Kofi with his chest. He had a torn pec, and
that's why he got a little.
It took him such a long time to get it fixed. And
little river or a little pool now.
You could tear your bicep and go on with everyday life, and sometimes even you won't even feel that much pain, but it's still going to be there, and it's going to look weird. Like Penta, you can't even really tell by looking though.
No, I would never. I mean, he also always has like, if it's like close up here, he always has like a chest.
Well, it would be down here that you would see it, but like obviously the covers of tattoos too, but you would definitely see. Did you ever see a video of somebody like working out and tearing their bicep?
Yeah, you can see it like
it literally.
You can see it rubber band.
Yeah, it's like. Ugh. But no, that's crazy to be.
Like, I can't believe that for 3 years.
At the level he's at.
Yeah,
that's insane.
What do you have? Do you have anything else next?
No, I don't.
I have a couple of things.
Okay.
So I showed you this on Sunday.
Yes, you did.
Ryan Nemeth filed a lawsuit in California against Tony Khan and CM Punk for. There was a couple things, but the two that stuck out to me were assault and breach of contract. So I kind of want to see where this is going. Apparently, I couldn't find the other one, but this is the second lawsuit out now against Tony Khan and AEW. I don't know who the first one is with. I couldn't find it anywhere. But it's just
assault, like they were talking about assault, like with CM Punk and everything. When all that shit went down with him and Jack Perry, that was everywhere.
Right.
Even AEW acknowledged it.
AEW showed. I mean, it was months. It was in Punk went back to WWE, but they showed the video.
If something happened with Punk and Nemeth, you would think that people would know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I just feel like he's just trying to grasp at straws here and come at both of them.
I don't. It's gonna sound bad saying it this way. I wonder if he's trying to just get his name out there more because Nick is his brother, who is Dolph Ziggler in WWE. I wonder if he's just like, you know what? I kind of want to like. Get my name above his name now, and he's just trying to do this.
It's never gonna happen. Dolph.
I know it's never gonna happen.
Dolph and or Nick has been like one of the best wrestlers of our generation.
Yeah, he is.
You're not gonna go above that. Like
you're not gonna go above it at all. So there was a couple TNA debuts this week. The Colognes, Epico, and Primo, which the one was like Orlando. I don't remember what names they were. They debuted on TNA this week.
They smell nice.
You know who else was there?
Get it, colognes.
I do. So Elijah, who is the brother of Elias and Ezekiel, made his debut in TNA.
They were triplets when they were born.
They were probably I guarantee you there's a fourth one somewhere. He'll probably show up in AEW in a couple of years.
Yeah. I'm sure KO is Kevin Owens really happy about it.
KO is livid about it. The only other part for the news I have is Road Dogg was just on Chris Van Vliet. He didn't talk about much. He did say what got them famous, the New Age Outlaws, of pushing the dumpster over with Foley and Cactus Jack in it. When they practiced
That's the same person.
That is the same person. Foley and Terry Funk.
Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vince was the one that practiced it. They weren't in it beforehand. But we know that because a couple years ago, it came out that Vince is like, if I can't do it, I'm not going to trust you to do it. Because during the COVID era, he showed Gronk how to jump off their little podium onto people during like a 24/7 thing. So, I mean, if he's going to try it, there's at least something positive we can say about Vince.
I was going to make a joke, but it's going to go into some territory we don't want to, so I'm not going to do it.
He is now Road Dogg is now the lead writer on SmackDown. That's something good we can say.
I like it.
The last time he was, I don't know, the lead writer or like co-lead writer, he wanted to do the Big E title win during Kofi Mania. He saw Big E as the standout instead of Kofi first. So he was like, I was right. I was just right a couple years later when he won it. He wasn't right at that time. And the last bit of news, which is wrestling related, not really, but kind of, 65% of our viewers are unsubscribed. So while we're here, if you want to go down here and hit the little subscribe button, that'd be perfect. That'd be awesome. I don't know what Blow Up Doll Dave's over here doing.
That's my surprise look.
That's a very shocked surprise look. Let me tell you that.
Shocked and surprised. See, exactly. See what happened, guys? You made me.
So he cannot do that anymore. Will you guys please hit the subscribe button down below?
Yeah, I will not smile like a donut anymore.
Smile like a donut.
If you guys subscribe.
We are also doing if we get 100 subscribers by June. I'll go to the end of June, even though my birthday's in the beginning. We are still doing the $100 giveaway if we can get 100 subscribers by then. We just hit 30, so I mean we're getting there. 2 months ago we didn't have anybody. 2 months ago we weren't even a thing. We're already at 30 subscribers.
We were a thing, just they didn't know.
We were a thing. Yet. We were up here. We were,
Yeah, we're still famous up here.
I mean, we're always gonna be famous up here, no matter what. But,
in real life,
that would be something that is gonna be awesome once it does happen. We told about the $1 million thing last week, didn't we? Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
We did find the spot, the top of the building at work. That's all the news I have.
And that's all the news I have.
So does that mean it's promo time?
It might be promo time.
We're going a little whimsical this week at promo time, aren't we?
The whimsical.
Well, it's not like last week.
Do you have a calendar that just gives you a word of the day?
I do, actually.
Speaking of words,
it has underneath of how to even say it. I have two. You have two?
I don't know if I have two. I might just rant for the next.
Okay, well I'll do one, and then if you want to do and then I'll go back.
All right, go ahead.
So my first promo is people that hate on Kraft macaroni and cheese. There is absolutely. There we go again. There's absolutely no Kraft mac and cheese, especially the shaped Kraft mac and cheese.
Are we talking the character shapes?
Yes, now? Because it tastes better. The Mario ones. The princess ones, the SpongeBob ones, the unicorn ones, they taste better than the normal Kraft mac and cheese. There's nothing wrong with powdered cheese. It is good. It's an easy, it's quick. Yeah, there's Velveeta. Yeah, there's this. Kraft mac and cheese. Character shapes.
And I have to agree with that because
thank you.
You know what? No mac and cheese left behind.
No.
It could be any type of mac and cheese.
Correct.
Kraft is one of those that at some time could be late at night. Could be 2 in the morning.
I've done that. 11 o'clock at night sometimes. I want something to eat. Oh, I got Kraft mac and cheese. Perfect.
And it just hits different.
Right.
It just hits different.
Right. And it's you'll get more of the cheese than you will in the Velveeta because the Velveeta you gotta squeeze it all out. How much do you leave in the little packet still?
I suck that shit right out of there.
Well, I've seen a little trick that if you put the lid on it and put it in between the lid and the bowl, it'll all come out.
Oh, that's good.
But the Kraft, you gotta open it, pour all the cheese in there. It's perfect. You don't gotta. You're not wasting no cheese.
Put some butter in there too.
Put some butter, a little splash of milk. You're good. To go along with the character shapes tasting better than the normal ones, we have.
Okay, so we're talking about tasting. We're talking about food tasting different. My promo is on the people that assume that Reese peanut butter cups and the holiday variants of that peanut butter cup actually taste the same.
And we know what happens when you assume.
Oh, you're wrong as hell. That's what happens when you assume. Listen, the eggs.
They taste way better than
Christmas
the
trees.
Way better.
Is there bunny rabbits? I think there might be a bunny rabbit,
there's
right?
Hearts, bunny rabbits.
They taste so much better than the actual.
They're leaving your
peanut
people
butter
out. There's
cups.
nothing for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh no.
That's a different promo. That's a promo for another time.
Oh no. Yeah, no, they just make a holiday after St. Patrick's Day and just be like, yo, all Irish people are drunk people. You know what? We're not, though. We're not. But that's a different promo.
That's a different promo for a different time.
That's
We're going on the people that think they taste. The consistency is even different of the peanut butter.
The consistency is different. The flavor is different. Everything is different. Even the chocolate.
Yes.
I don't want to say it tastes different, but I don't know. It's just not the
same.
It
tastes better.
And I had this argument with so many different people that tell me that it's exactly the same and they don't know what I'm talking about.
They are wrong.
Not even close.
They're wrong.
Not even close to being the same.
They are totally wrong.
100% wrong. What about you? Do you got anything else?
I do. The I don't know what industry. Well, the pre-cut bagel industry.
Ooh.
When a pre-cut bagel, when I rip it apart, I want 50-50. I don't want to rip it apart and there's 85 here and 15% here. Yeah, okay. I like them a little bigger in the butt, something. Yes, okay, I'm a butt guy, so I like it. But not on my bagel. On my bagel, I need 50-50.
On your bagel, we need equal.
50-50 right down the middle, equal. I don't need this much bagel and then this much bagel. Because then when you put it in the toaster too, what happens? This part doesn't even get toasted. This part gets burnt to a crisp. You can't even use the other part.
No, yeah, the toast ratio is...
It's terrible. Yeah,
and too chewy on this side.
Speaking of that...
this side, we're too crunchy.
The toast button on a toaster, the bagel button on a toaster... Useless, pointless.
Oh yeah, that makes no sense.
I never use it.
It's like the popcorn.
I was just gonna say the popcorn, the hot potato, the other where you I know the defrost. No, we don't use any of that. Just give me the buttons. Give me the number.
Hamilton Beach, you son of a. That popcorn button makes no sense.
No
reason it should be on there
because you still burn it.
And honestly, all you bagel companies out there that none of y'all are watching, we know what happens when we give this man a knife and a bagel. Okay.
I have a bagel cutter now. Okay, thank you.
This man has injuries. Things have happened. We don't even want to discuss it.
I've had to get stitches twice from cutting bagels. I'll put it out there. Twice.
See what I mean?
Who had to pay for that? Me, not the bagel company. I should have sent the bagel company the bill.
They should have. You know what you should have done? You should have sent them 85% of the bill and you paid the 15%.
I should. That's how they sent us the bagels. That's how they sent us the bagels.
We're just still talking about food.
This is wild.
We're talking about food. How about this one? Kale. You suck.
Well, we're talking about food. Kale's not even a food.
It's not a food.
It's a
That's
garnish.
my point. It's a garnish.
And then people all of us just start eating it all of a sudden.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm healthy. Because rich people do it. You know what else rich people do?
Have money.
Stupid stuff. Oh, have money.
Isn't the kale the stuff that they use to like flourish the fruits and vegetables at the grocery store?
I don't know. I'm
pretty sure that's what the kale is.
Salads. No amount of salad dressing or cheese or croutons. Croutons. Can save it. I don't understand what the infatuation with kale is. I don't even know why that makes me mad, but I'll walk past the produce section at the store and I'll just be walking. I'll be like, oh, look, lettuce. Oh, there's celery. Underrated. Don't use it much, right? Celery, but certain things it works.
Right.
Then I see kale. What the hell are you doing in my store? Why are you here?
The fancy lettuce.
It's not even fancy. You know, the fancy lettuce? That's spinach.
Fair, okay, fair.
At least that has some nutritional value for us here.
Fair. Kale has nothing.
And we're not talking about like Popeye type stuff. I don't know. I mean, your forearms are kind of big.
Not really, but okay.
Giggity. But still, there's no point. There's no point in kale. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Anything else about food that's got you mad this week?
Off the top of my head, no. I'm glad I brought the toaster up because that led to the microwave. Nothing off the top of my head that I could think of.
Oh, here's something else that people want to fight with me about.
Okay.
Ketchup.
I mean, I don't use ketchup, but okay. I use ketchup for grilled cheese. That's about it. But okay, go ahead.
There's only one kind of ketchup.
Heinz.
It's Heinz. I swear, when I go home sometimes...
Shout out Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's not the name of their field anymore.
I know.
But whatever. Sometimes I go home, I look in the fridge, and what do I see?
Walmart brand.
Yeah, great value.
Great value.
Walmart. You know what that tells me?
Amy's cheap.
That tells me that my meal is not going to be as delectable as it could be.
Well, it's not going to be delectable because you're using ketchup to begin with.
Oh, I only use ketchup on certain things, like fries, burgers, hot dogs.
Barbecue sauce.
On hot dogs?
Yes. Barbecue sauce on hot dogs. Just try it one time. That's all.
I don't want to try it.
That's
out
fine.
one time.
That's fine.
If anything, I could say mustard
That's
goes over ketchup.
you can say mustard. Okay, that's
what kind of mustard though?
Honey mustard.
On a hot dog? No, bro.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you need that spicy mustard.
No, honey mustard. That's about it.
You need the little grains in it. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say the grainy, like brown mustard.
Yeah.
The Grey Poupon.
No, that's not grainy at all.
That's the classy mustard.
You're getting your food reviews from commercials.
I know, because I don't use mustard.
You have the butler from Batman handing out freaking mustard. Outside
Don't bring up. Why you gotta bring up that piece of trash? You want to talk about trash?
If he's not alive for next week's episode, we know why.
You brought him up.
Batman.
You brought him up.
I didn't bring up Batman. I just said Alfred is handing out mustard.
You know what, Batman? You know what we need?
What?
Kind of goes along with food. Batman Depends, because he's full of shit, just like Depends are.
Who, me or Batman?
No, Batman.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, who don't want to go to me? My promo will turn right around on you right now.
We need. You know how pull-ups, they have the designs on the pull-ups? They need Depends with Batman designs, because they're both full of shit.
I'm not saying anything. And you know, some of our viewers will know why I'm not
if
saying
I'm not
anything.
here next week, it's been nice, guys. Appreciate it.
It'll be the D Talk Wrestling Podcast. I have more jokes for that, but I'm once again keeping it PG. Gonna keep it PG.
That's good.
So that's it. We just decided to go in on the food industry this week.
That's our promo.
We had a themed promo. We didn't even plan the themed promo.
We didn't, because I brought up what it was going to be, and you were like, "Oh my god!" Speaking of that,
I know, because I think there's like 3 people in my life that agree with the Reese thing.
Because they're all right. You know what's funny? Dave Moran, Dave Prohaska, Dave Mays. Boy, and that's something. They all think the Reese's peanut butter ones taste better.
You would almost think you would never doubt a Dave.
You would never doubt it, Dave.
Never doubt a Dave.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that is something.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that something?
Why do we always ramble at the end?
You know what you never do? You never subscribe to a Dave either.
No, you should subscribe to a Dave.
No, I meant they 65%
65% don't, which you guys should.
You know, what if everybody else that subscribed was named Dave?
That'd be crazy.
Just start a movement.
We would start a movement.
There's Daves everywhere.
The D-Wave.
The D-Wave.
I popped them.
All right, I think that's all I got.
I don't know why we ramble at the end of it all the time. We never know how to end. We just ramble.
We don't. Yeah,
because it's just the fun part.
Because we don't know how to end. That's why we just ramble.
We don't know how to end.
All right, so that does it with the weekly rewind.
You said it right.
I did. I struggled.
We're always gonna call it. We're always gonna call each other out when we say it right. Even if we say it wrong.
Yeah, you don't.
Because you guys seen the bloopers. Because I put them in there. You see the bloopers on how we mess up at the end.
You only see parts of it. Like we literally practice before we come in the room to do it.
We practice saying it, but when this is on and we mess it up, it has to go at the end of the video.
So if we put all the ridiculous, nonsensical stuff at the end of the video, we're just gonna put the whole video at the end of the video.
Basically, it's just
that's
gonna
happen.
It's gonna be the video again at the end. Basically.
Well, you know what, everybody, thank you for watching the weekly rewind. We really appreciate the support, and I don't want to be that guy, but
I will. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button,
okay.
Make a comment. I don't care if the comment's good or bad. We will shout out your comments, whether if we like them or not. Maybe that's a little sneak into the podcast part.
Yeah.
Because there's a little comment that we're gonna.
Yeah, we have a shout out or two that we're gonna.
We have a little shout
throw
out
into the actual podcast
that
video.
was brought up from last week's video. So
yeah.
I think that's it. I think we're done for the day here.
All right. Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your days, nights, weekends, whatever.
Later. Oh my god, already. Here we go. Here we go.